Good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another very intriguing session, I must say, today, because Modi ji just recently met the whole Kapoor Khandan, and we were discussing and contemplating as to what was the real purpose behind this meeting. Is there more than meets the eye, right? So we'll be discussing about that, and as well as many other interesting news bits. And welcome, Fenel, and welcome each and everyone. So, friends, it is over to you.
Yeah. So, good evening, friends, and welcome to the session. So, as Jaydev said, there is this is something that the Kapoor family, have been planning, and that's according to what the eldest matriarch of the family, Rima Kapoor, said, is that they were planning this because this is the 100th year of Raj Kapoor's, existence in, whether he's there physically or spiritually in the Bollywood, fraternity. Now, you will see that suddenly there has been a complete metamorphosis of these characters, when they meet the prime minister. So actually, they don't seem like the same people that you see when they come for interviews and for the normal chats. So let's go to the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday met the members of Kapoor family and held a conversation on the upcoming centenary celebrations of the filmmaker and actor Raj Kapoor. He also shared the highlights from the meeting on his social platform, which then became rather viral. Now, PM Modi said that the celebrations of Raj Kapoor symbolize the saga of the golden journey of the Indian film industry. He noted that the movie Neel Kamal was made in 1947 and said its contribution over the year was momentous. Now, a government release said. Now, the Prime Minister also said that Raj Kapoor had established the soft power of the country at a time when the term India itself was not coined. PM Modi described this as his immense contribution to the service of India. He also urged the Kapoor family to make a movie on the legendary actor catering to Central Asia, who PM Modi said is still mesmerizing the people there even after so many years. Speaking about Russia. He also noted that Central Asia holds a huge potential for Indian cinema and urged the family to put efforts into reaching out to new generations in those countries. Reema Kapoor, daughter of the late Raj Kapoor, thanked him for sparing his valuable time for the meeting and recited a few lines of a song from the late actor's movie. She also said that the late actor can be called as India's cultural ambassador. Now, all this is very hunky dory. Welcome, Priya. All this is rather hunky dory. But what I don't understand, welcome, Gloria. Always nice to see you. And Priya. So, while all this sounds very, hunky dory, there are other things that, of course, have hit especially the SSRians who have been fighting for justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, and also because of which the boycott Bollywood movement started, and the downfall of the whole industry, was felt by everybody. And then these actors started moving into doing other, jobs like going into advertising and buying real estate and doing other things, other forms of going into cookery shows, as we've noticed. So they found other forms of money making to try to make up for the fact that Bollywood is down. Now, here we would also like to say that just like what we saw in the case of, Sabarmati report, where a lady who was caught in the POCSO case, where she showed obscenity of minors in her movie series Gandhi Baat, was glorified by the complete central government, including all the ministers who went and watched the movie. While the movie itself is, it's good to focus on what happened on during that event, but nothing really was shown of the event itself. It was more a glorification of the actor and, of course, Ekta Kapoor's masala kind of movie, which the government decided to say is one of the best movies. Now, a lot of people did criticize the movie, and they said that, see, why do you need to hold the people's public's hand when you talk about movies? Let them go and watch it, and then give their own criticism. This is not a government that is dictatorial. It is a democracy. Similarly, now our question goes to Jaidev. See, if you take, and let us go to the pictures. If we take Rima was saying that, see, he is the first prime minister that they are meeting. The Kapoor family are meeting, where she is wrong because they've already met Nehru. Raj Kapoor had already met Nehru, and he had already met also Indira Gandhi. So some of the facts that they said were wrong. And second thing is, when you talk about Ranbir Kapoor, everybody knows that these people are not, they have, criminal charges against them. And now I'll talk about two prominent people in this family who have criminal charges against them, and nothing has been done, to arrest them or to take any action on them. Now, in the case of Ranbir Kapoor, the Enforcement Directorate sent summons to him in connection with the so-called Mahadev online betting case. Now, the actor had been asked to appear before the ED. This was in October for his, alleged involvement in promoting an illegal online betting and the gaming platform. Now, what was the Mahadev betting scandal? The ED's investigation unearthed a vast network operated by the Mahadev online book, providing illegal betting opportunities in various live games, including poker, card games, cricket, badminton, and tennis, and even allowing bets on Indian elections. The platform also offered card games like Teen Patti, Poker, Dragon Tiger, and virtual cricket games, among others. The operations involved maintaining websites, closed groups on chat apps, and advertising contact numbers to lure people into illegal betting. The ED investigation revealed the involvement of individuals and government officials, and some arrests were made in this connection to the case. But nothing happened to Raj Kapoor's grandson. So this is some of the legacy that he has, left behind. Now we talk about the second member. So let's go to the second member of the family. Now ED had sent a summons to Arman Jain also, who is Raj Kapoor's grandson and actor, who was caught in a money laundering case. Now, the source said that the ED team also carried out searches at the residence of Jain and the day Arman's uncle, actor Rajiv Kapoor, passed away. Now, the ED, this is in connection with money laundering. Now, the ED summoned Arman Jain, grandson of late Bollywood actor and director Raj Kapoor, in connection with the probe into the Tops Group case. An ED source related to the development told media that Jain had been asked to appear before the agency. Jain, as you know, is the son of Raj Kapoor's daughter, Reema Jain, who actually led the Kapoor Khandan to Prime Minister's door. The source said that the ED team also carried out searches at the residence of Jain the same day that his uncle, Rajiv Kapoor, passed away. It also revealed that the ED action was based on some chats shared between Arman and Shiv Sena MLA Pratap's Sarnaik's son, Bihang. The ED carried out searches at the premises of the Shiv Sena MLA and his son in November last year. The ED had also summoned the MLA to appear before it. The case was in connection with a complaint lodged in October last year against the leading security services provider, Tops Group of Mumbai, alleging that the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority (MMRDA) have been siphoned off rupees 175 crores. So now this is the second case in the Raj Kapoor legacy that has not been caught, because these are all criminal charges. Now, just like the Poxco case, lady went and met and got all the glory from the Prime Minister's, fraternity. Now, this is another group that are being, applauded and given a lot of, importance by these, by the same Prime Minister. Now, everybody respects the Prime Minister, for what he is doing for the country. But when such people meet him, then the question comes in everybody's mind. Another thing that is very, that was, rampant in social media is that why did they not carry the two children who they have named after the famous, and cruel Mughal, or dictators or invaders, as you would call them. So we are talking about Jahangir and Taimur. So these children were not taken. We do not, because of course, they know that the press will not. I mean, I'm not talking about the friendly press. The other press will not spare them if they had brought their children along. So the children were, not brought to the this event. Now, very proudly, Saif Ali Khan, he, wanted to name his children, under the names of these cruel invaders, and he's very proud of that. He also spoke very, very praisingly about Rahul Gandhi, and his qualities. And he was never, in favor of this present government or, these anything to do with Sanatana Dharma. Same thing with his wife, who's been constantly speaking not only against the public and telling people that if you don't want to watch the movies, please don't come to the theaters, madam. That's what we all did, and we boycotted, movies in the theater. And now you are at least penniless, movie-wise, of course, because you all traveled by private jet, to this event. We know you have plenty of money to throw around, and that you have a lot of luxury, even though you don't have many movies. Now, another very important point, friends, is that please understand that Ranbir Kapoor's movie based on Ramayana is going to come out. And now he needs the same kind of attention that Ekta Kapoor got for, the movie Sabarmati Report. And everybody from now itself had been attacking him as a beef eater, and also the fact that he's addicted to certain substances, right? Even in an interview openly, Anushka, wife of Virat Kohli, said that Ranbir Kapoor takes drugs to enhance his performance. Now he got very angry and he said, "How can you say that? I mean, don't say that in front of television." But she said that. I mean, I don't know for what reason she wanted to expose it. So most of the people say that who is Lord Rama? A person who has to play the role of Lord Rama has to, have some qualities even within him if he's going to play the character. And this is the reason why Adi Purush did not work, because they just tried to, demean and belittle, the history that, Ramayana and all are famous for. So these are some of the things that have come into the public eye, and a lot of the SSRians got very angry that this is happening. Now, I can understand that. See, Bollywood, as these people say, is a soft power. Okay, but the soft power has gone. So let me just clearly tell the politicians who are saying soft power, soft power. That soft power is over. There is no soft power now. Okay. If you're talking about earlier times when Raj Kapoor and all those people were there, yes, fine. Okay. But here also I have a grouse. Right. Raj Kapoor's movies may all be very good. But at that time, he and other directors were responsible for the couch casting that is rampant in Bollywood now. You talk about everything, right from the parties that he threw, where semi-nude girls were brought in, right from that time to you talk to movies like Satyam Shivam Sundaram, where you had Zeenat Taman take off all her clothes except a small sari. So, are we talking about praising a man who has made, putting women down, disrobing them, and showing their anatomy for certain purposes? They have to be praised to death. So, see, this is a legacy that has been carried over into Bollywood, and now it has become so bad that women are even scared to go into Bollywood. So then why do we talk about Foxco case or any other case that even this Shilpa Shetty's husband is involved with. Why do we talk about? It's been carried over the years. You want to clean up Bollywood? This is what Sushant Singh Rajput was talking about. He very clearly said what are the bad elements that are happening in Bollywood and what he wanted to say at a press conference. And what he said was there should be a complete cleansing. So, what happened? This very intelligent actor could not be tolerated by these third class failed uh, actors. None of them have education. They're all, either school dropouts, or class fails. And when you have someone like Sushant Singh Rajput talking about going to the moon, and quantum physics, how can you tolerate such intelligent people in the industry? Okay, coming back to the point before we, divert. I really don't understand why these politicians are so starstruck. If the kind of attention that was given to the Kapoor family in the name of Raj Kapoor for his 100 years, okay, if that much time was given just to give a call to CBI and ask them what happened to the Sushant Singh Rajput case, what happened to this Disha Salian case, okay, is there any movement after 4.5 years? I'm sure the Prime Minister could have done that, right? I mean, that's injustice, no, to public. We've been crying, through from the roofs for this kind of justice. If you have time to meet Ranbir Kapoor and this, what you call the Arman Kapoor, all these people who are wanted by the ED, for money laundering and app scams, I'm sure instead of giving time to criminals, so-called criminals, it would be time to give to these innocent victims and their families. I know my words sound harsh. Now, when I speak about this in Twitter, you know what happens? The IT heads will say, she belongs to the left. Now, I don't belong to the left or right. Please do not think Indians are fools. We have our own brains. We know how to criticize. If we criticize Bollywood and you don't like it, please don't put us into the left side. There is also a middle side. Okay? And this middle side would like to criticize when something goes wrong. So, to come back to this point, in Twitter and other social media, SSRians were very, very upset by this thing. I'm not saying that the Prime Minister should not meet these people because he can meet Ekta Kapoor, he can meet Jitendra, he can meet Shobha Kapoor, and he can praise their movies. Okay. He can also meet the Kapoors and tell Ranbir Kapoor that, okay, your movie will be also showcased in the same way that Sabarmati is going to be showcased. But in between, sir, please ask them where their cases are lying. These ED cases, or is the ED only doing it for popularity? So we do not know whether the ED is working. ED will come and go. The moment they come into Raj Kundra's house and say that he's doing some semi-porno movies, next month he's out. And he's safe, and Shilpa and he are, celebrating with the latest Range Rover. So if the ED is not working and the CBI is not working, then what are these federal agencies for? Are they there only to make money and take our tax money? I'm sorry. So this is something that has made everybody upset. And if Ranbir Kapoor is going to see Narendra Modi, it is not because of love for the Prime Minister. It is to save his own skin, to make sure that his Mahabharat will be accepted. He knows it's going to be a huge flop. But at least, like Ekta Kapoor's movie was a flop, he's hoping that the central, government will give them some face, and say that, see, okay, the movie was good. Please, all ministers get into the bus and watch the movie. Right. So this is what is going to happen. Every time Bollywood is, they are, sort of raided for money laundering or for, scams or for sexual movies or pornographic stuff, they are immediately praised and pampered and patted by the leaders and the politicians of our country. So I don't think, now I've come to the stage where I don't think we are going to get any justice for either Sushant Singh Rajput or for people like Disha Salian and Jia Khan and Janvi Kukreja and so many others, because the government doesn't have a will. Now, if, for example, let me give you a simple example. If you know somebody and they're having a big position, but if you know that they are criminals, you know, would you want to make friendship with them, or would you keep them away and say that let law take its course? I won't touch him with a barge pole, right? That would be the attitude, isn't it? I mean, how can a leader, not tell Ekta Kapoor, why are you making all these obscene films? Why can't he tell Ranbir Kapoor that you were caught in this scam, which is actually making the youngsters of our country addicted to betting and whatnot? All this gambling online. It's as bad as all these Jaydeep, these pan parag sort of gutka ads. You see, so you want to protect the country, you want to cleanse it, you want to remove the mafia elements from it, and then you tell these very same people, please come, आके खाना वाना खाओ, आप लोग मेरे खानदान हैं. It is this hypocrisy that makes everybody very annoyed. And of course, this very close a connection with Bollywood by certain people in the government has become so rampant that even if they sneeze, they will be given a theater for that. So this is something we had to get off our chest. So we started off with the story. So Jaydeep, your comments on that?
Yes, so I have a few points regarding this whole meeting of Raj Kapoor and the whole Kapoors with Modi ji. Now, Modi ji thinks like a politician and businessman. So he does not have any sentiments to say. He, purely thinks each and every meeting and person as a business point of view. He knows that Raj Kapoor is still very, very popular in places like Russia and Central Asia, because those old movies are still running there. So now Modi ji thinks that by inviting them, but one more very important point: he did not say anything good about the current Kapoor films. So that is a point to be noted. He only told about Raj Kapoor. He did not say that these people are doing a very good job. Either Saif Ali Khan or Ranbir Kapoor or any of the films in the past are good. He didn't say that point. It was on Raj Kapoor. So now Modi ji he wants to be seen as a Vishwa Guru, in world politics. He wants to be seen as a leader with very strong relationship with Russia and Central Asia, because of the way America is working and is very very unexpected. The whole deep state is against Modi ji. So now Modi ji is not thinking from whether this actor has some cases against him. He is not bothered about that. He's worried about the overall picture. So that's what people have to realize. And but it is indeed very very disappointing, to say the least, that all these Bollywood actors, they get they don't get punished for whatever they're doing. So, but one thing is, very, very nice to see is that Pushpa 2, is doing extremely well. And all the Bollywood actors are very, very upset about that. That, it has crossed 1,000 crores, I believe. And even the Hindi version of Pushpa 2, has done remarkably well. That these Salman Khan, Salman Khan, by the way, has, in his next film, he's taking Rashmika Mandana, who's acted in Pushpa 2. So thinking that, then people will go and watch his film. So that is kind of hilarious. So you can see how, desperate times call for desperate measures. and this is a very big example of that. So going forward, power is in the hands of the people, and no matter what Bollywood does, meeting Prime Minister Modi ji, people are not going to watch your films, by all these things, right? People have the power to still not watch your films and consume very useful or entertaining content of a different kind, right? We have so much of choice. So welcome, Renu, welcome, Lena. So this is how things are panning out, but let's hope and wait. And also one more very important thing, friends, that Modi ji has not taken any aggressive stance against Bangladesh, right? Against what the atrocities of Hindus in Bangladesh, nor has any Bollywood actor, spoken about the atrocities of Hindus in Bangladesh. That's a very, very important point, right? If you say that Bollywood is a soft power, are they going to make any films regarding this atrocities of Hindus in Bangladesh, or the removal of Sheikh Hasina from Bangladesh? Are they going to make a film or biopic? So that is one thing which I wouldn't be surprised if something happens in those lines. And so we will have to wait and see how things progress forward. Yes.
Also, very far, since you mentioned Bangladesh, Jaydev, I found a poster of some cricket match that's happening in Mumbai, and I found Kareena Kapoor and Saif Ali Khan wearing the uniforms of Bangladesh. I don't know
That's
what is the
surprising.
message that these Kapoor Khans are giving. You know,
Okay.
if they don't like India and they love Bangladesh, why don't they move? They can take all the Taimurs and the Jahangirs and their nurses and their drivers and all with them. Set a base in Bangladesh. You know, with your uniform, you just go there.
It is not a Bangladesh uniform. It is the ISPL cricket uniform. So it looks like the Bangladesh uniform in a way.
Then,
Yeah,
okay,
that was
so
hilarious.
people are angry about that as well. Now, PM has played a typical political. It's also a soft, clean chit. Now, see, the very fact that see Ranbir Kapoor and Rima and all of them are bowing down to him as though Prime Minister is a Maharaja. Now, the Prime Minister is the Prime Minister. Stand eye to eye and speak to him. Okay, we are all citizens. There's nothing to be scared of. But if you are scared, and if you have some vested interest, and you're going to see him with that vested interest, please understand that in future there is some agenda, you know, and it is to fulfill this agenda that they are falling at the feet of Prime Minister.
Yes.
Yeah. So Nina says PM has played a typical political. It's also a soft, clean chit. And Lena says they are anti Hindu, only love Hindu cash. They earn because Hindus go to watch their films, boycott Bollywood. Also, here, Nina and also Lena, one thing you would have noticed is that they did not go in bikini or in shorts. Okay? They all went in this private jet in saris that covered themselves very well. They wore salwar kameezes, they wore tikka. Okay, very important. They wore a tikka, a bindi, and they covered themselves very, very well. So they showed themselves as Sati Savitris who are coming to a, sort of a very auspicious, event, and they carried themselves with that much, what do you call aura. If you remember, when Samir Wankade was in the, NCB, how these people dressed to go to see him when they were being questioned with regards to drugs. Everybody from Deepika Padukone to everybody, had oil in their hair and they wore bindis and they wore shabby kurtas and all that. Why? I mean, you're half the time you're in bikinis and not even bikinis, small strips of cloth. Okay, and then why when you see the prime minister or when you see the ncp chief, you come all covered. So that itself shows this whole thing is play acting. Whatever happened to the prime minister's thing, I would say, is only a drama for them to say first time we are going to come and see a prime minister. Do you think that your all this praise can move a man who's been in the helm of politics for more than his lifetime. He is very shrewd. He's a Gujarati. Okay, he knows you inside out, and even before you make a step, he knows what is the next move. So let me tell you that also, because I remember when we had a chat with him when we met him first. I asked Modi ji that how so many people attack you. How do you take all this? How do you sleep at night? So he said, ultimately, I am a politician. Okay, I know how to take care of all this. So let not the Kapoor Khandan think that he is a babe in the woods. He is well prepared for all their acts, whether it is now or tomorrow. Now, Vinayak says it is demoralizing for the secular people and opposition parties. Don't underestimate betrayal by Bollywood. First of all, Vinayak, don't use the word secular. You just use the word democratic, democratic country, democratic people. We have our intelligence. Let us criticize what we think is wrong and let us go on the path of righteousness. Which is what Ram
what I think Vinayak is trying to say is that by having this meeting with the Kapoor family, BJP is trying to send a message to the opposition parties that here we have Bollywood, who is so-called left-leaning, in good terms with us. So that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
If I'm right.
So if Vinayak means that, that's also fine. But what I mean is that no, Jenny. As far as I see it as a journalist, I see it purely, as a means of trying to soften your stand and say that I'm fine with you. Okay. Now, if you look at people like Lal Bahadur Shastri, all these people who never had any heirs or, they just did their job. See, is that go on the straight path? What did Lord Rama do? When questions were asked about Sita Devi, he was even willing to sacrifice his own wife because the people demanded it. People demanded to know whether Sita was pure, right? So if your people want a certain thing, get it done. What is your problem? If it shakes the universe, let it shake the universe. If it upsets the corporate people, let it upset the corporate people. Let all of them land in jail if they're supporting the mafia. Are you worried you will upset one corporate man who rules the whole of India? No. So I'm not talking about Adani. Leave Adani aside. That is being handled by mishandled by the opposition. No, we're talking about the others who are in very close ties with Bollywood, right? Who expect them to come as servants and serve their food, dance for them at their marriages. So I'm sure you understand what I mean. So now, Jai Hind says, PM is like the sun, no one can influence him, but he can. Yes, and that's what I'm telling you. See, Prime Minister is a very intelligent man, but there are influences in the ministry, in his ministry, by certain people, and that can, affect the way we see things. So give us a reassurance that you will give us justice. That's all we are asking for. We are not asked for money. We are not asked for anything else. We're just asking for justice, for the innocent people. You can spare us that. So let's see what else Jai Hind is saying. PM clearly said that he doesn't watch any of the recent hypocritical movies. Then why did he watch Sabarmati Report when he knows that it is made by a masala queen like Ekta Kapoor? Okay. Watch it in private and see if it is, true to history. Is it true to history? If it's true to history, show it by all means. If it is something like Kashmir Files or Kerala Story, by all means show it. But if it is not, just to pamper one lady and her family just because she becomes the daughter of Jitendra, who is another icon like Raj Kapoor, is not the solution. Yeah, back to you.
So friends, if you do like our content, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. So this is all the news for today, and hope you guys join us tomorrow once again. Until then, Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.